Hebrews chapter 9, verse 14 reads, "How much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to God, purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God?" And you'll see right here it says, "the eternal Spirit," because it's speaking of the Spirit of God, and God's Spirit is eternal. He has no beginning and he has no end, right? Now, we compare this with other translations, and I have about 70 something translations. You'll see that every single time it says eternal Spirit, right? New English Translation, the eternal Spirit. Geneva, the eternal Spirit. English Standard Version, the eternal Spirit, right? American Standard Version, the eternal Spirit. I remember somebody in the comment section was saying, don't you mean the English Standard Version? You don't speak American, you speak English. Stupid. Just shows that he doesn't compare with other translations. But anyways, same thing, eternal Spirit, right? Good News Bible, the eternal Spirit, right? Legacy Standard Bible, the eternal Spirit. Modern English Version, the eternal Spirit. Every single time, you can just check for yourself, it says the eternal Spirit. Now, let us see how the New World Translation renders the verse. Hebrews 9:14. Okay. "How much more will the blood of the Christ, who through an everlasting Spirit," now you see right here, it doesn't say the, it says an, one of many spirits, right? An everlasting Spirit. So you see, every single time it uses the word eternal in the other translations, but in this translation, it is different. It uses everlasting. Now, Jehovah's Witness watching this video will obviously say that, okay, you're splitting hairs. Those terms, everlasting, eternal, they're interchangeable terms. So that's really, it's not really a gotcha moment on the New World Translation. But no, that's not always the case. Sometimes they're interchangeable, but sometimes they're not interchangeable. Because when you look at the dictionary definition of eternal, it explicitly says without beginning and without end, right? But with everlasting, it may or it may not have a beginning. For example, David's kingdom is said to be an everlasting kingdom, but David's kingdom had a beginning. Obviously, when David was anointed, that's when his kingship started. But prior to him being anointed as king, there was no Davidic kingdom, right? So David's kingdom is not an eternal kingdom. It's an everlasting kingdom. Now, just so you see that I'm not splitting hairs with everlasting and eternal, we'll see what the Bible said. Well, their Bible, it's not a real Bible, but what their Bible says about Jehovah's kingdom. So we're in Daniel chapter 6, and we're going to read verse 26. Says, "I am issuing an order that in every domain of my kingdom, people are to tremble in fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God and he endures forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed and his rulership is eternal." Right? Is eternal. Now look at what they use for the kingdom for the Son of Man. Daniel chapter 7, verse 14. "And to him there were given rulership, honor, and a kingdom, that the peoples, nations, and language groups, the common language groups, should all serve him." Just the way they render stuff is just stupid. "His rulership is an everlasting rulership that will not pass away, and his kingdom will not be destroyed." But wait, hold on a second. It says the same thing of Jehovah's kingdom in the previous chapter. But the difference is, for the kingdom of the Son of Man, it uses everlasting. But for Jehovah's kingdom, it uses eternal, right?